Alright, here's me being dumb. I was talking for a minute there, and I had my mic muted. So, wow, I'm really good at this. You know, learning curve, pretty new to streaming, so figuring it all out, trying to do a lot of things at once here. But what I was saying was that last night in our stream we made it to level 5. I've actually beat this level already, but I was so out of it and so distracted that I actually completely neglected to get the flute somehow. And I thought that I'd gotten it, but I sure didn't. So we are revisiting the 5th palace here to finish it up, grab the flute so we can go down south and murder the river devil. And then we will be in the last leg of our journey. There are 2 pretty substantial difficulty spikes in Zelda II. And we are basically about to... The first one is Death Mountain. Oops. That's really the point in this game, I believe, where a lot of people were like, I'm out, I'm done, you know, because it really gets hard at that point, compared to what it had been before that. The next one is right after the River Devil. So once we get this flute and go down there and use it to kill him and move past, we're gonna see that next big jump, and it's gonna get a lot harder pretty quickly. Enemy power-ups. Enemies just really increase in power by a pretty substantial amount. Also, number and types of enemies become more difficult to manage. We're gonna see a lot of kind of obnoxious stuff. The last part of the game, getting to the final dungeon, is really crazy. There's a lot of potential for just dying immediately. Part of that is because you have to kind of run a gauntlet similar to Death Mountain. It's not really a maze, it's just a really long path where you have numerous mandatory encounters, like set map encounters, but then also, you know, you can get encounters from random spawns, and they're tough. They're hard enemies. There's a lot of the flying blue eyeballs that you have to have the cross item to be able to even see, or they're invisible, so you have to make sure you get that, or you're gonna die a lot. And there's also, again, there's a lot of pits and like lava. So these guys right here, the blue version of them, is really awful. And yeah, so as a result of that, you know, it's really, really easy to just get knocked into a lava pool and die, which is always great, right? So that's what we have to look forward to. We're gonna make sure that we're nice and prepared for it as much as one can be. this, I believe, is the correct path. It's been a minute for me. I used to play this game a lot, as I was saying last night. It was, yeah, this is where I died last night when I came back to get the flute at the end. And I was in the process of telling everybody about how, this is a really, really awful, dangerous setup, because they want you to fight these dark nuts here, and I have to be really careful. Normally, normally you can just, you can jump slash them really easily, hold down and jump slash them, and they can't handle that. That's like the easy way to kill them. The problem, though, is they intentionally put them on breakable blocks over lava, so it's super easy to accidentally downward thrust the floor and just fall straight through and die, right? And I just finished saying that's exactly what they did on purpose and set up, and then I did exactly that, and was like, yeah, there you go, point in case, and that was my last life, so I was like, I'm too tired, guys. Obviously, we'll continue this tomorrow. So, there we are. But yeah, this is a game I used to play constantly as a kid. And I used to be really good, right? I used to be able to beat it without dying. Not anymore. Pretty darned rusty. I'm also, there is something to be said for playing on an emulator, even though it's a very good one, and using a PS4 controller instead of an N64, or instead of a normal NES controller. There is a big difference. I know that all of you people that grew up playing NES know what I mean when I say that, or any console really, for that matter. But overall, we're doing pretty well. Considering how rusty I am, we're fine. I was taking a drink and I had one hand free, and that guy came out of nowhere. I'm like, whoop, gotta run away for a second. Oh, that was close. Oh no! Oh, I hate that so much. Man, those guys, sometimes they just come out of nowhere like that. Oh shoot! That was a foible. I accidentally hit my analog stick as I was jumping, and it pulled me backwards. Alright. Well, there's two completely stupid, unnecessary oh shoot. I'm in a pickle! Uh-oh, Link. This is too adventuresome. Run away! Run away! Alright. Oh, that was a little bit ridiculous and embarrassing. I've had some fun deaths like that lately. Pretty good at making an ass out of myself on occasion. Most occasions. So, I'm definitely looking forward at this point to getting out of this level. I do like level 5 quite a bit, actually, but I've spent way too much time here at this point. I'm a little bit tired of it. I'd like to move on because the next part is cool. Even though, like I said, it's a pretty substantial spike in difficulty for a lot of reasons. I really enjoy the very last leg of this game quite a bit. And I really enjoy the last palace a lot. Actually, the last couple palaces. I enjoy level 6 quite a bit too. So, definitely excited about getting there and just getting this over with. I'm embarrassed that, I completely screwed up here and somehow completely forgot to get the flute. Like, I don't know why I thought I had it. Sure didn't. But, it is what it is. I'm pretty tipsy sometimes, not gonna lie. Probably all of my, 30 years of martial arts getting punched and kicked in the head a whole lot. Bounced off concrete. That'll happen. What can I say? Just for fun, we're gonna rock out a couple of these bad boys, because we can. So, yesterday, of course, I talked about it. For anyone that shows up and watches this later, especially only this, I should point out that the big thing with this mod, it's a whole bunch of changes. This is a community effort, and a lot of people are working on this modded version of the game to improve it. Right? They've done so much. I mean, they've changed. You can see Link's sprite is a little bit nicer. It's a little bit more detailed, and it's more accurate to the artwork from the book. and everything. It's also more similar to the first game's artwork, right? They have rebalanced completely, like, the difficulties of enemies. The amount of mana that it costs to cast spells has been greatly reduced by like 50% about. These bubbles used to have like 50 hits. Now they take 2 with the level 7 sword to kill, which is wonderful. They also don't respawn. They used to respawn. They don't respawn anymore because they would be easy to farm if they did. Also, I believe they used to give 50 experience, if I remember correctly. Now they only give 20, right? So there's a lot of little changes, little details. They've added like map animation, which is really neat. On the actual overworld, there's like the grass is waving around, and the water has a little bit of animation. Just little things like that, and it really goes a long way to add a lot of life to the world and to the game. Whoops. So it's just really neat. As I was saying earlier, you know, I grew up with all of these games. I played them when they were new as they came out, and I was just totally in love with them. And it makes me really, really happy that there are these communities of people that put all this work into making them more enjoyable and more accessible, which is really wonderful. The big thing, one of the hugest things that makes this game a lot more manageable is that they, oops. Sorry, these guys are really obnoxious, especially in a closed... Blue dark nuts are the worst thing ever, pretty much. But they changed it, they made the translations better, right? So there were a lot of clues and things that townspeople and whatnot would give you, but because of the limitations of the dialogue box in Japanese versus English and just poor translation, a lot of it was really confusing. Oh, Hangry Demon Noises, hey, welcome back. It is exciting, I think. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting to this next part, because again, this is the first time I played it. You know, I'm streaming it as I'm playing this modded version for the first time, and as a lifelong fan of the game, it's really cool to experience. I'm looking forward to seeing the stuff I haven't seen yet that they've done in the last leg. And there's a lot. I mean, if you look at the full notes on what they've done, it's a ton of crap. I mean, like a ton. It's really impressive. Alright. Now, at this point, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to take levels as they come, because we're almost done leveling everything up. I'm only one level away from maxing out sword and defense anyhow, so there's no point in skipping levels now. Besides, now we have Lucky 7, so we're gonna rock it. Okay, so I went the wrong way. Here's the boss room. To backtrack a little bit, because again, it's been a long time now, and I forget where exactly I need to go to get the whistle. Unfortunately, there are no maps in this game. So, it is what it is. On the upside, though, like I said, there's a lot of experience in here to be gained, and we are getting it. Whether we want to or not, there it is. Okay, here we go. I think this is correct. Now, trying to remember. Over here... This might be correct. I think this actually is just a key, or was a key, rather. I would have it now by now. I know I've gone through here before, but I don't remember if it leads to a key room, or if it leads to a forked path. Oh, it looks like it's a key room. Hey, it's a key room with dark nuts in it, though, so more XP. Oops. Wow. Bad. Oh, hey. Gives us double. Good for us. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it. You're one of the good ones. Even though you just smacked me in the face with the sword repeatedly. I'll get better. That's what magic is for. I'm also excited because one of my other favorite games that is very much like Zelda II in many ways, certainly in terms of the way that the community views them. Castlevania 2 is also one of my favorites, and there is a Castlevania 2 mod, redacted ROM, also, that I have acquired and haven't yet played, where it's the same deal. They've just made it a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner. They've fixed all the translation errors that make clues indecipherable. And it's like, yeah, it's awesome. I can't wait to play that, because it's a great game that just has some unfortunate issues that, you know, if they were tweaked, it would be a great game. A truly great game. Right now, it just needs a little bit of love, right? So, I'm really excited to check that out, and that's probably next on my agenda after this. Currently also playing Hades, which is great. It just, you know, I didn't know about it, so it's been out for like pre-release for a long time, but it just came out for real, and I found out about it and was like, oh, well, I love, you know, roguelites and this kind of game, and I'm certainly into mythology, so I went ahead and picked it up, and I've been having fun with it. I've done a couple of streams on it, and then, yeah, I'm really looking forward to tackling Doom, because that's another series that I grew up with and absolutely adore. I should probably go ahead and just start with Wolfenstein 3D. I'm not going to do Wolfenstein 1 and 2, because they're very different, ridiculous, old Apple, you know, floppy games. They're very different. Wolfenstein 3D, of course, that was the whole point. It was Wolfenstein 3, but it was the first one in 3D. So we'll start with it, probably, and then just play through Doom 2. I'm not gonna do probably Ultimate Doom. I am gonna try to do Doom 64, because I got it with the Doom Eternal release, which is cool. So we'll do some Doom runs. Doom 2, Doom 64, Doom 2016, Doom Eternal. Not doing Doom 3. Not a fan of it. We're just gonna pretend it doesn't exist. As far as I'm concerned, you know, Doom 3 is just a different. It's a very different kind of game. It's much more of like a survival horror game than a almost arcade, hyper-violent, hyper-action, fast-paced, just action game like the other Dooms are. I think it could have been a good game, but the fact that they called it Doom and they tried to do the Doom aesthetic and screwed it up, I just don't like it at all. I'm not a fan. Okay, so this is the other side of that room we were just in. That's where the key was. I just had to make sure. I do want to do the whole Castlevania series, anyways. So I might go ahead and just do Castlevania 1, because it will be very, very fast to beat, and then go ahead and play the Castlevania 2 redacted. I'm not going to bother with these guys right now. I just want to get to the fleet and get out of here. I think it's down here. It must be, because I don't remember seeing this. Yeah, here we go. Alright. Knew that door was somewhere. I only went every single other place in the level before I found it. It's not even a very maze-like area. It's just kind of big, and I just wasn't paying attention. Oh god, here we go. This is a pain. Okay, I do still have an extra life. Good. Because frickin' Blue Dark Nut, and I have no mana. Alright, you need to come far away from this door, buddy. I'm not a fan of him being right by this door. That's gonna cause a real problem for me, because they run backwards from you, right? If you're facing them. So if you turn away, they're like frickin' like Boo Diddleys from Mario if they shot blades at you and had a ridiculous amount of... There we go. Those guys are punks. Alright, there is our fleet, finally. Now we can get out of here. Unfortunately, there is no quick escape button for palaces. So, that's a little obnoxious. Sorry, 1 second. onward to adventure. I really wish I could jump up there right now. Oh, I can. Hey. Ha-ho. I did not think I had enough. That is wonderful. That's what we do. Alright, let's get out of this crazy place. We gotta get out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do. Oh god, hot foot. Hot foot. Alright. Onward. Excelsior. Tally-ho. Yeah, this is the only thing about this level that's obnoxious. And I talked about this in the last part, but this is the only thing in the game like this where there's like a magic wall that you walk through, and they were really sure, they wanted to be really sure that you couldn't just walk through it, right? There's like a block right there, that you, so you have to actually jump through it. There's nothing like this anywhere else in the game. And so I remember being a little kid and playing this the first time, and I got so freaking lost in this level and was just wandering back and forth in the same place for the longest time until I just started randomly doing crazy stuff. And I was like jumping and hitting walls because I was annoyed because I kept running into dead ends, and I wound up jumping to hit that wall and jumping through it and then being like, right, what? Like, you son of a... So yeah, there's my level 5 Zelda 2 as a child story. Very interesting, I know. But really, that's all there is to it. It doesn't require much embellishment. Oh yeah, I've already checked. So I think this is it, right? This should be boss room. Yep. Alright, sweet beans. So we already murdered the crap out of him. Now it's time to pop in a gym and... I already did that, right? We're good. Off we go. Yeah, so anyone that hasn't played Zelda 2, once you completely clear the palace, once you pop in the gym at the end and you get the item from it, it turns into stone. You can't go back in. They did that on purpose because they didn't want people coming back and like farming experience in dungeons because it would be easy to do. That's why we get our farming out of the way early, folks. Ooh, actually, okay, I'm gonna come over here and restore my life and mana, and then I need to go back over into the water for a second, because there is an easier way to get up. There's a secret on the side shore over here that I want to go for. And instead of walking through a bunch of possible encounters, why don't we just walk through the water? Right. What is going on, lady? Stop. Better. She's getting old, you know. Starting to repeat herself a little bit. It happens. I just am very grateful for her healing up my mana. Besides, she enjoys the company, I'm sure. Alright, so there should be a path. There we go. So at least we can cut part of the trek over here off, right? Because we don't want to have to walk through a whole bunch of encounters to get over into this area. Not when we can just hop around. That's what we're here for. So now the other thing that's nice too, they really want to make sure that you do get your stats maxed out. At this point, we're finding, you know, like 500 point bags instead of the other ones that we had. So the last few levels, they do come fairly quickly, which is good. Yeah, see there they want you to break that rock and then go through the through that way and fight your way through this little desert area. And it's like, yeah, screw that. I'm not gonna go hang out on the beach. I'm just gonna run through the ocean. Spiky dog? What is in here? I forget. Oh, scorpions. Right. Forgot about them too. I haven't actually seen them yet. So these guys, you can only hit them when their eyes open. And they shoot fire at you, which you can only block with reflect. Oh, shoot. So they're kind of obnoxious. Okay, so I guess I thought that fire could hit their eye, but I guess it can't. You know what? I'm just not gonna, oh. Okay, I was gonna say I'm not gonna kill this guy, and then I just wound up killing him. So, good for me. I didn't expect him to open his eye while I was just trying to downward thrust bounce over him. Hey, you, welcome back. No, I don't think so. At least not much. Oh, well, this music is different. Yeah, this song is changed. Sorry, I had to actually, for some reason, in order for you all to have sound, I have to change my, where it's coming from. It's not actually coming through my headset, so I have to listen to it on my laptop where I'm looking at the stream to make sure everything's working. And I had it turned down, so I don't have a whole bunch of background noise, right? No, yeah, they did alter the music a little bit, which is pretty wild. Not all of it, but it looks like they've added musical tracks. So now the River Devil also has animation. He's wiggling his little arms around. It's great. And now he's dead. Alright, now here's where it gets nuts. So you got these jerks gonna throw rocks at us. I always thought this part was really funny, because it reminds me of like little boys in their fort. Like, no girls allowed! Like, I'm not a girl, I'm just pretty. Ah! Oh my gosh. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of this silly nonsense. Like, there's up here just chucking rocks at me. Shoot. You guys, not very cool, man. This is not a warm welcome. We're about to see our first taste of these awful invisible blue eyeballs, too. They dwell, like, all the graveyards, basically, at this last part of the game have them. And I don't have the cross yet. So, we need to basically just kind of try to avoid that whole thing, because that is a mess. And we don't want anything to do with it. This is also, especially the weak encounters in the forests in this part of the game are just like, they're just gimmies. Like, these are really, really easy, weak encounters. And those orange or Lizalfos, they give you, 100 XP. It's really good, for how easy they are to kill. Whereas, these encounters are a pain in the butt, because of course they are. Anytime you're in the swamp, it's a pain in the butt. Especially when you're in the swamp with flying enemies, right? And that's why we try to avoid the swamps whenever we can. Plus, it slows your movement greatly. Oops. Well, these guys still do a surprising amount of damage to me for having as much defense as I do. There. Oh, shoot. I do want to kill him. Yeah, there we go. Oh, hey, I'm glad I did. Another 200 XP. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, the swamps, they're all bad. All the swamp encounters are bad. Even the easy ones are still bad. Especially once you cross the ocean, they get really terrible. You start having a bunch of flying and bouncing enemies, and it's like, oh man, come on. And again, in the old days, pre-mod, in the normal version, a lot of these flying enemies, I don't think these bees did, but like the other ones do, they drain your XP if they hit you, so it just makes them extra awful and horrible, terrible, no good, very bad. Yeah, these are the tech types. These are, they're in a lot of Zelda games. They're in Zelda 1. They're the little weird bouncy spider things that are everywhere in the overworld. This is more what they're supposed to look like. Alright. Armored crab, four-legged, one-eyed, bouncy things. Tech types are also like a rock formation, or crystalline rock formation, I believe. Which, interesting, I'm not sure why they named them that. I mean, you know, the original Zelda was based on the idea of wandering around in the wilderness and the area looking at, like, little shrines and exploring stuff. So it might just be the idea of, like, oh, well, you go in these old caves and stuff and you find a bunch of tech types. What if they were alive? So now they are, and they're bouncy, giant spider land crab things with nasty dispositions. Fortunately, they cook up just like any other crustacean, and they're delicious. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing. Oh no, I summoned enemies instead. Go away. I don't want it. There we go. So here's our, right, hidden town. Secret town of Kasuto. There's a town over here right when you cross. I could have gone there and shown it to everybody, but I don't want to. Because it's awful, and I hate it. Oh, shoot. I was supposed to get the magic container before I came here. Oh, shucky darns. Yeah, unfortunately, that means I can't do anything here. Because when I have 7 magic containers, she gives me the spell called Spell. And then, once I have Spell, I go to the end of the village here. And, I use it, and it'll raise a secret building that contains the magic key, right? I totally spaced out that I need to get that magic container before I came there. I forgot that's what her requirement was. So, we're gonna go grab that real fast. It's not gonna take long, it's right here. This last area is actually pretty small. We are very close to the end of the game at this point. Oh, shoot. Timing was bad. Sometimes you can stun lock them like that, but you have to be real on your timing with it, and it's kind of annoying sometimes. Again, my timing is very much not what it used to be. So, working on is that, we're getting that down. We're gonna get better. That's what we do. In the meantime, we will suck up all this free XP like a sponge. Okay, there. He's having a hard time. Little mini spider stroke. Seizure, maybe both. Sorry, my guy. It's our heart container. Oh, you know what? I think I missed the magic container already. I'm moving things around. I'm moving things in my head. I was remembering that being the magic container. Right? I was wrong. So this is where level 6 is. But we're not going to level 6 yet, because again, we want that magic key, especially. You don't have to get the magic key. I mean, you can beat the game without it. You can beat level 6 without it. The final palace doesn't actually have locked doors at all. So, and I'm not sure why they did that, but yeah, there's no locked doors there. Which is interesting. But level 6 has a lot. And, it's, you know, it's more feasible now due to the rebalancing of magic cost to, like, ferry your way through it. But it's not ideal. Definitely not ideal. I think I did a bad thing. I think I actually, shoot. I think that the magic container is actually... Oh no. Yeah, I think it's actually back up here. Crud. I completely forgot that there is a little cave, like right after you cross the ocean, and I think it is in there. There's actually, I think, maybe another one I didn't go into as well. But we do know that, you know, at least we're on the right side of the world. The way they do it is you only get 2, or 4, I should say. You get 4 magic containers and you get 4 heart containers in this game, right? So 2 of each are on each side of the ocean. You've got 2 magic containers, 2 heart containers on the first side, and then 2 of each on this side. Oh, whoa, the River Diver comes back to life now. That's interesting. I wonder why they decided to do that. He was a one and done before, which is like, you can't lose the flute, so I don't know why they would make him respawn. Kind of an odd choice, but whatever. He can die again. Oh my gosh, I remember. Shucky darns. You know what? I think the magic container that I forgot is actually... Oh, you don't have to. You can say whatever you want. Let's see here. So we are going all the way back now into the magical land of Weird Maze. Here's the nice thing, though. We don't have to walk through the stupid path full of stuff because we can walk on the water here. I believe it's in here somewhere. I'm trying to remember which part, which entire it is. Up in here. Yeah, I think this is it. I'm sorry, everybody. It's been a minute. Yeah, there's our Huckleberry. Excellent. All right, now we're good. We are on the path to victory. Now we can just book it out of here on our nice little magical waterway. One thing that is nice, we don't have to go through all that nonsense. We don't have to go through that cave. Just walking on the water. I wish we could walk on all water, but I understand why they didn't do that. That would give the player the impression that they could, you know, probably go a whole bunch of places that would just be a waste of time. So, granted, they could have designed the ocean and the map in a way that it didn't give the player that impression, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, here we go. We're gonna brave the Scantlet again and get a bunch of rocks thrown at us. Whoop. And we'll show them the futility of their rock tossing as I murder their compatriots on the ground. You can't stop me. I'm not gonna kill your dog though, because I'm nice. Even if he is a weird lizard dog thing that is mean and shoots at me. Oh, I'll take that. So yeah, if you really want to... Whoops, I messed that up here. But if you really want to dodge those guys, that's how you do it. You do like a little like 2-step back and forth on their first 2 shots, and then you just run and jump on the 3rd one. And you can pretty much dodge all of it really easily. They're not really too big of a deal. And they don't do much damage either, as you can see, which is good. Because they sure do rain the BS down upon you. Yeah, we're not going to bother here. Again, we're fine on XP. We're not going to be able to avoid leveling, basically to completion in level 6, because it's chock full of XP, and then also we're going to, of course, get a free level. Whoops. I do want to kill this guy, though, because he just smacked me. Making me look bad. Yeah, I do that all on my own. But yeah, then we're going to get a free level from, of course, completing it, putting the gem in the statue at the end, too, so we don't need to worry about that. We're doing just fine. I almost want to go on a doll hunt, because, like I said, the little Link dolls that give you extra lives, they're actually a permanent life counter increase now. So, you know, you start out with 3 lives, you pick up a doll, well, that every time you have a game over, you start with 4 lives again, and then I want to say there's 4, no, there's more than that. I forget how many Link dolls there are. There's a lot of them. I think there might be 4 per continent? I don't know. I know there's at least 4, and I know that there's one in the final palace that you can get. So that's a lot of permanent life increase right there. It's kind of nuts, actually. All right, you're gonna give me something good. I just had to be ready for it. I wasn't tough enough before. It wasn't magical enough. Alright, there you go. There's our final magic container. Yeah. Secret on the outskirts of town. Okay, so I misremembered. I thought that she was gonna give me spell, but someone else does. Yeah, she's talking about the sage that remains in the actual Kasuto, right? This is everyone in that town fled, and they're hiding here. So they've relocated the entire town. The wise man, though, remained behind. So that's the town that we saw when I was first coming over to this area. Like, that was the bridge right there that I could have crossed, but instead I went up through the woods. That bridge is a pain. It's one of those bubble bridges that has a bunch of breaks in it, and there's like the stupid fish things that fly out and a bunch of other nonsense. And I'm like, you know, I just don't want to. I'm not gonna mess with that. I'd much rather just go. Yeah, looks like I can get in the fireplace, huh? Cool. Let's just climb in there and get all sooty. This spell has some mysterious origins. Oh, hey, they renamed it. Well, that's cool. I'm glad they renamed it. Because it used to just be called Spell. And it's like, well, but they're all spells. And I forget, I wonder, I'll have to look it up. I forget what the translation of what that guy said before. But yeah, I like that the spell has mysterious origins, and then it's just straight called Enigma. That's pretty great. Okay, well, it's time for an Enigma. So this is the one place that you actually should use it, right? Enigma's a weird spell, but casting it here makes this happen. Alright, rock and roll. There's our magic key. So we're doing really well at this point. We've got 8 defense. We're almost, so 8 is the max. So 7 attack and 7 mana. So we're almost to that point. We have full heart containers. We have full magic meter. So on to level 6, which we've already revealed. And And then from there, all we have to do is go visit the old Kasuto, see the wise man, and then head for the final palace. We could technically go to Kasuto before we go to level 6, talk to the wise man and get thunder. We're not going to do that. The reason for that is that, for one, we don't need thunder. You only need it to kill the second to last boss. And the other and much more important reason, because if it weren't for this second reason, I would go get it anyways just for fun. But Kasuto is completely overrun by the invisible flying stupid eyeball things, right? And we will get smacked around like crazy by invisible enemies, just desperately trying to get into the door where dudes are hanging out. And that's just not, you know, that's not how I want to have a good time. So instead of that, I'm gonna go level 6 and make sure I get that cross so that those guys are not invisible anymore. Then it won't be an issue. And that was very intentional in their design. I mean, they set it up so that you would see that town and be like, oh sweet, there's a town here. And you go into it, and it's just like messed up, dark ruins, and then you just start getting hit by things and you don't know what's happening. And of course, before the changes, those enemies also drained your experience. So you're getting smacked around and you're losing XP like crazy, and you're just like, oh my god, get me out of here! Not fun. Alright, here we go. Oh, that's the first time that we've actually had a Dark Nut pop out. I was wondering if that could even happen anymore, but it looks like they did not change it. Good. Okay, actually, before I go down this elevator, real quick, I'll be right back. I'm sorry, I have to use the bathroom real quick, so give me 1 second. And then we will rock it like a... Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that delay. Here we go. So, we're gonna rock on down. I've been working in a coal mine, going down, down. Working in a coal mine, I'm about to slip down. Oh my gosh, I forgot how incredibly, let's say, vibrant level 6 is. So level 6 is an interesting, dungeon. I'm hoping I can trust my memory, huh? But again, I'm kind of feeling rusty and not quite as sharp on some stuff as I used to be. But I've always had the impression of level 6 that if you come here prepared, it's actually one of the easier dungeons for where it is in the game. It's large, but it's not... I don't know, I don't find it especially difficult compared to some of the other ones. Especially if you have... Like, the big thing really is having the magic key. The magic key is huge. And it really makes everything just so much easier. And of course having all of the, you know, good level ups, all of the magic containers, all of the heart containers, like that of course goes a huge long way towards your success. And it should be considerably easier now than it used to be, because again, now our spells are like way cheaper, so we can cast them a lot more often. Which means we can cast, you know, like, heal a lot more often. Okay, I can't get up there. Oh, shoot. Fast bubbles are a pain in my butt sometimes. Booble fast. Alright. And we continue. Reckon in a coma, I'm about to slip down. Okay, Wizrobes. I forgot Wizrobes were in here. I actually, for some reason, only remembered the Wizrobes proper being in level 4. Because that is the Wizrobe Palace. I mean, even the boss is a Wizrobe, right? But yeah, no, they're here too, apparently, which is fine. They are nothing like their Zelda 1 counterparts, who are nightmare fuel. Oop, just a second. We're gonna... Sorry, I had to send love to somebody real quick and run away from Blue Dark Nut, because, ugh. Alright, we're gonna do some preventative maintenance here. Okay, what we can do is really funny, is we can Sparta this guy. I think. Yep, there you go. There's our Sparta! Sucks to suck, doesn't it? I was hoping. Oh, hey, look at that! Oh, shit. Okay, I wish I hadn't done that now. Because now I have Jump On fighting a Blue Dark Nut in a corner. Which is a terrible thing to happen, by all accounts. Alright, there we go. I feel better. And that guy, I think, murdered himself, so... Cool. Oh, thanks for the welcome back. I just saw that. I appreciate it. It's good to be back. Oop! Oop! Wizrobe! Now use the Wizrobe boss strategy to take them both out. Sit in place and kneel. You know what would be really cool? I wish that you could reflect Blue Dark Nut's swords back at them. That would be great. They should let me do that. I wish they let me do that. Okay, my thought here, because I'm gonna do some big brain play and not fight that guy, because I just don't want to. I don't want anything to do with any of that nonsense. Actually, right now, we're just gonna go over here. I think that this is I think this is the path to the cross, if I remember correctly, which I quite probably don't. We'll find out. Oops. Oh, there's that invisible floor I had mentioned in the previous part of the stream, in the first part. So that's another thing that they saved. And then they whip out on you all of a sudden, at this point, where it's like, oh great, okay, all of a sudden there's weird invisible floors. So we had an invisible wall in level 5, all of a sudden, and we have an invisible floor in level 6 all of a sudden. Alright, only attack is left. which we'll get for free, right, by completing the level. So then all of our stats will be maxed out. Then, interestingly enough, after you've maxed out all of your attributes, you can still level them again. Like, you still get experience, and you still can level up, per se. But you don't actually get a level, right? What it does is it will heal. So if you level up your life when it's full, it'll heal you fully. And oh right, I have to climb back up because I fell down. I was like, wait a minute, I just circled around somehow. Okay. Alright. This time, okay, so unfortunately, I did not catch where the hole was. I think it's between the next two statues. And I think it's after the second or third block. Which, of course, there's a big difference between the two. And I'm a little bit nervous. Okay. I think it's right here. Yep! And it must be the third block. Alright, so what is that? The, between the third and the fourth statue, and it's the third block, I believe. So you can see what a pain that can be. When I was talking about invisible floors before and commonalities between Link's Adventure and Simon's Quest, that's one of the things, is they like doing this, like, all of a sudden secret holes in floors. But in Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, they at least give you holy water that you can throw in front of you as you walk, and then it'll fall through if there's a hole there, so you'll know there's a hole. Which is still awful, because it means you have to go throw, right? But it's nowhere near as bad as the situation that I'm in right now, where, you know, none of my spells... I wonder if Enigma does anything here. Actually, this has never occurred to me. Nope, that absolutely helped me. Not at all. Okay. Oh, shoot! I walked off the edge there. Too far. Gosh darn it. Oh well. You know what would be really useful? If one of these eyeball guys was in this room, and he flew over and dropped fireballs, and then you would see them fall through the hole in the floor, and you'd go, oh. Right? Wouldn't that be fun? But no. No, just fuck Link, right? He can suffer. Oh my god, okay. What is this, fourth time? Fourth time's a charm? Nope. I jumped a little bit too early. Gosh darn it. Oh, heavens to Beatrice. You get out of here with that nonsense. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of lol oops. Certainly after a minute here. Just making sure I'd already checked that statue. Alright, now, you know, the other thing that's funny, I think that there might be... I think that they're, yeah, see, they did this, so if you use Fairy to fly over, then you can't break this wall, and you have to fly back and leave and then come back in, which will just waste your mana and your time, right? Which is why I use jump. Okay, I believe this is the boss of level 3 again. We have to fight him a few times. Yeah. Not my first rodeo. So for all your Joust fans out there, oh. He had no chance. And there is our cross. Excellent. Isn't that nice? Look at that beautiful array. Got every item. All collectibles acquired. Only thunder remains. Now, if we fall on the way back, it doesn't matter. Because that's where we're going anyhow. In fact, it's not really quicker, but it really doesn't make a difference. Very nice, very nice. All we gotta do now is kill the dragon. I was trying to do the opposite of what I just did. My mana back, you punks. You guys are I was trying to say jerk and dick at the same time. It didn't come out right. You guys are jicks. Dirks. We want... Oh goody, more of our favorites. Oh, I don't like that. That's... Okay, that's not good. Link's in a pickle. This... That was unfortunate. I'm amazed that I was actually able to pull that off and get him out from under me a little bit enough that I could smack him without getting hit right there like that. That was better than what I thought was going to happen, honestly. I thought I was going to get stuck and then just have to eat it. Oh, shoot! There we go, okay. Good. I believe this is the correct path now. No, I'm not done. I want him dead. Just leaving blue Darknuts alive just doesn't sit well with me because they're just jerks and they deserve to go. Alright, cool. That's better. Oh, sir, I don't like it. There they are. We don't want these flying heads messing with us while we try to jump. Definitely one of those nice trap rooms where they're like, go ahead and jump, take a leap of faith, what do you have to worry about, it's fine. And then an enemy comes off the side of the screen and kills you instantly because you fall in the lava. Ooh. Hey now, come on. Him some Red Dead Redemption. Alright, I need to kill this last Wizrobe because reasons. Oh, well. Nice to get rewarded too. Okay, so here you have to parry. I forgot about this as well. So I'm actually a little bit relieved that there are more areas where you use some of these spells that I'd forgotten about, because my memory was that there was a whole bunch of, you know, one and done kind of spell use. I think this is another third. Oh no, not yet. He is coming though. I'm gonna have to fight him again, I believe, before this level is done. think this is him. Yeah, there we go. Here's this one more room further into the dungeon than I'd remembered. Ow. Okay, well, not like that. Shoot! Ah ha ha, there we go. Okay, so I'd forgotten. I knew there was something good over here. I thought it might be a Link doll, but I couldn't remember. So again, those are way better now than they used to be, because that increases my life total permanently. Shoot, okay, that's my path right there. What I need to do is I need to fall down that pit. I thought that was in the last palace. I misremembered that as well. So when I'm falling there, I have to turn into a fairy in the air and fly through that side path. And that's the way to the final boss. So we're almost there. We just need to go back through a couple of rooms and then go up and then back over and down, and we got it. Just an opportunity to take a few more darkness out. Make the world a better place. Because nobody wants those fools running around. Troublemakers. We're gonna need some mana though. Have to make sure we actually have enough to cast fairy, or we're gonna have a little bit of a problem. I think there's actually some stuff over here. Not to mention just plenty of enemies that have a chance of dropping a mana file for me, so. Okay, this actually is probably an experience bag. Oh, hey, there we go. That's what we wanted. Sweet. Alright, good. These dog heads again, these are another enemy that used to drain experience if they hit you. All of these enemies that have projectiles that drained experience, their projectiles didn't drain experience. It was specifically contact, like enemy contact, right? You had to run into them. But, I mean, it still freaking sucked. I'm really glad they took that experience drain out. That's one of the biggest changes. So far, the things that matter the most in terms of gameplay are the spell casting cost rebalances, being able to continue from the beginning of any palace you die in, which is huge. That used to only be the final palace. If you died in the final palace and had to continue, you would continue from the final palace, because they weren't completely heartless, but as I described in the first part, that actually wasn't their intention. It was like a space thing in the way the game was designed. So if they had their way, from what I can tell, they would have wanted you to start at the very beginning of the game and work your way back to that final palace anyhow if you got a game over. Thanks, guys. But yeah, now, any time that you... There it is. Any time that you die in any palace, you will start at the beginning of that palace, instead of having to walk back to it, which is wonderful. I remember those blue Stalfos being worth more. I'm surprised they're only 70. Alright, here's our final... Here's our boss. This boss is himself very easy. However, there's lava pits in the room. Yeah, right, exactly. Thank you, Dave, for pointing that out. I knew it was something like that, I just couldn't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, you could tell that, like, from that, it sounds like their intent was just, oh wow, we want you to start over and walk all the way back from everywhere. So I'm really glad that they made that not the case anymore. Because as much as I love this game, whoops, I'm not a big fan of, you know, dying miserably and then having to trek all the way back, right? Oh no! Oh, I'm not doing well here. Alright, there we go, okay. Gotta get my 2-hit rhythm back. It's like, if you can do that just right and slide up and duck, you can get another hit on him really easily this way. It's pretty safe. It's safer than, oh no, like doing that, like a dummy. It's safer than standing there and taking it, you know. I'm really a big fan, actually. I like how they changed his sprite. It's supposed to look a little bit more like the instruction manual artwork, and I think they did a good job with it. I like the little details they added. I love that they put the, you know, made the shield all dark brown with the white border and the cross again, just like in the first game and in the book. I think it looks really nice, personally. Okay, I shouldn't have cast jump, actually. That kind of makes this guy a little bit more annoying sometimes. And I'm always hesitant, about downward thrusting him, because I've had really bad things happen doing that. You can upward thrust him, but that can be dangerous too, because he can be a punk and smack you out of the air real easy. But usually I shield and jump on this guy just because it's gives me more options, I guess. Well, shield just because, you know, I'm terrible. But yeah, jump can be helpful. Alright. There we go. Tally-ho. There's our final level up. Now we can get Thunder. Get out. When that fish popped out of the water under me like that, I literally jumped in person. I was like, oh god. There's so many flashbacks to dying miserably that way. So yeah, see, these guys without the cross you can't see, which is why you don't want to come here, really, until you have to, right? And again, Thunder, it's just one of those spells that, like, now it's probably more reasonable, because they've greatly reduced the mana cost of everything. But in the old days, Thunder used over half of your magic bar when you were at level 8 magic. Which is a lot, right? Extremely restrictive. And it's just, I never ever would use it aside from fighting the Angel of Death. Or Thunderbird, or whatever he's called. I always call him the Angel of Death, but I think he's actually called the Thunderbird. But the second to last boss, right before the end, you have to fight. And you have to use Thunder to make him vulnerable, or you just straight up can't hurt him. So that's the only time I would ever use that spell. I might try to mess with it a little bit now, just because, like I said, it costs like half as much. So it would be kind of fun to play around with it and see what it's actually capable of. Because even though I played this game a ridiculous amount through my life, I've never actually really experimented with Thunder. I mean, you get it right at the end of the game, and it's just so cost prohibitive that I was like, you know. Yeah, Yeah, and I could ignore all of this and walk through that bridge, right? But I don't like bridges. They make me nervous. And again, these enemies are weak, so why not? Why not just cut a swath through them real quick? Sometimes it's cathartic. Plus, if we can build up that 9,000 experience, that means that we have a heal, right? We can heal our mana or our life. Usually the best option is, and I should have cast life right there, as I was about to say, usually the best option is cast life. If you have more to do in the room, cast shield. Depending on the type of room, maybe cast reflect or jump or both also. And then use the mana and fully restore your mana. So then you get all of the above, right? Which is nice. You can use that intelligent and creatively to make sure that you got a heal in the bank, so to speak. See, another reason these guys are so awful, look at this. I have level 8 sword, max sword, and they still don't die in one hit. So, especially when you first encounter them and they're invisible, and they're draining your experience when they're hitting you, it's just the worst thing ever. You don't want it. It's not great. I think there is... Yeah. Alright. That's helpful. Off to adventure. Here's the last part. So this is kind of, yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you have to get the cross before you come here. You're jumping over lava pits, and you got invisible enemies flying around. Like, you'll just get hit mid-air and die. And I know, because I did it plenty, especially when I was young, played for the first time. I think all of these encounters, too, have these guys, so it's just awful. They're awful. But again, thank God that, you know, they no longer drain XP, because that just really was like a leg too far. No, no, no! Oh, that was really embarrassing. Okay, well, that's fine. You know, unfortunately, I do believe that means we're going to have to trek back all the way from the beginning. But, look, we have 5 lives now. Which really probably is not going to be a bad thing, considering that we have to go through this part, because it's a little bit rough, right? And even had it been the original version of the game, once we get to the final palace, which is right through this path I'm on, then we would start there anyways on continued. So we are very, very much in the last leg of our journey at this point. I might also be a little bit cheeky and just like say screw this and like ferry through some of these encounters, because they're all pretty much the same. They're all obnoxious and, you know, have lots of I was trying to avoid that, and have, like, you know, a lot of lava pits and annoying things that just aren't great. So I feel like there's definitely a few link dolls I didn't get. I don't need them. I don't care, really. I just thought maybe I thought there was one over here somewhere that I never grabbed, but I'm not really gonna look for it. I'm gonna check this one little side area here, and then I'm just gonna go, because I don't need it. I have. Oh, okay, it's a fairy. I was misremembering. I knew there was something over here, but I couldn't remember what. Alrighty. I'm excited to get to the final palace. It's crazy. They really pulled out the stops on that one. Which is Dave Nebius there was pointing out, like, yeah, well, that's why you got to start there, because they needed a separate cartridge, separate disc for it. It's just too big, too much information. Oh, that was close. I played that one close to the vest. Much better job of dodging rocks. Normally I'm on point, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We don't need HP. might be something over here too, actually, I forget. I know that there is in one of the graveyards, but I think it's actually that first like, really massive cemetery, where the king is buried, and where, what's his name? Eldrick. Which was the Dragon Quest reference that they put back in. They had removed it. Which I thought was neat. It's cool because it's a little encounter, and it's just like, you know, hero from Dragon Quest's grave. That's it. There's nothing there. Just you can look at his grave, and it's like, hey, here lies dude. Which I love when they do stuff like that. It's nice. I like that they paid homage, because you know Dragon Quest was such a huge influential series. And this game has a lot of RPG elements, much more so than the initial game, right? So I just think it's kind of cool and nice that they did that. I like stuff like that personally. Those kinds of Easter eggs and whatnot. Oops. Link forgot how to sort there for a second. Ooh, that was scary. Alright, yeah, I'm not a fan of this scenario. Okay. That was making me nervous. Oh my god! Oh, that's awful. I was worried about that. I should have just cast jump to be safe. Yeah, the jumps in this last area, they get me. Oh no, they really do. And the knockback is so much. And it's just that one little guy. Like, he's the only enemy even left alive in here. Yep. I should have just cast jump. Gosh darn it. Like, that's like a pixel perfect jump almost, and it's like, ugh, it's frustrating. Okay, I have 2 lives left. Counting this one. Right, they're not extra lives, they're lives. Revenge! Revenge! Alright, so what we're gonna do is just make sure we make it. So these normal encounters, I'm gonna get jumped just in case. Oh shoot, and it got me killed. Alright, well now I'm really in trouble. I really don't want to die and continue again. I mean, I'm probably going to now, because I have multiple encounters before I get through this. I'm only on the first leg of 3. That's really unfortunate. So, let's see here. Alright, here we go. Okay, mandatory encounter. Shoot. Okay. What I'm gonna do is... Oh, man, I have to be really careful, though, because I have no lives left. See, I was gonna rely on extra life. Oh, shoot. I'm dead anyways. That's probably for the best, because what was probably gonna happen is I was gonna make it to, like, almost the end, and then die. And then have to do the entire thing over again. It's probably much better I just get back there with all my lives, because it's rough. So my goal, and I'm not going to dick around this time, what I'm going to do is when I get there, on all of those big encounters, I'm going to just ferry through them. And then I'll have 5 lives, so when I need to, right, I'll either kill enemies and get mana, or I'll just die and then have another life with full mana. Because I just don't want to go through that again. And I'm not gonna. We're gonna kind of cheap it out a little bit. And you know what? I don't feel at all bad about it. I look at it as one of the boons of having a, you know, like 50% reduction on the cost of ferry now. Use it. Back in the day, I wouldn't use spells very much because they were just, it was, you know, cost restrictive a lot of the time. So, that's fortunately not as much of a problem now, right? So we should take advantage of that. Wow, Would help if I'm not getting hit by like normal weak enemies and stuff. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Alright. River Devil's back. Let him dance for a second. But not too long because these guys are coming for me. Okay. Back to invade the treehouse. I don't care. I don't care about any of these guys anymore. Not wasting time, not killing enemies I don't need to kill. I'm just going for it. We've got places to go and people to kill. And it's not these people. These little lizard alpha guys, whatever, Lizalphos, they can have fun. They can hang out in their court. I don't care. Okay, you're going down though because you annoyed me. I don't want to hang out with them anyway, so fine. I'll just take my ball and go. Okay. This is a lesser encounter. Haha. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you fall in the lava? That must be really awful. That feels good. Suck it. Now you know how it feels. God, the encounter rate in this area is also awful. Alright, cool. There we go. Oops. So yeah, here's our brilliant master plan. We are fully embracing the power of the fairies. Oh no! It pulled me into the lava. I didn't know that could happen. It's just like I got close enough to it and it just sucked me down. Like tendrils from the deep. Alright, well, that fairy's hanging out with Cthulhu now or something. Oh, elder gods. Once more into the maw of madness. Really? Really, guys? Come on now. This is stupid. Oh, shoot. So many eyeballs. It's really obnoxious. Oh, wow. Alright, hey. I'll take that, though. That's pretty awesome, actually. We definitely are going to need that mana, so... So yeah, you've got to go through multiple random encounters, multiple scripted encounters in the lava path, right? And then you've also got to go through actual cave encounters. So they really just, they throw it at you here at the end. And this is what I meant when I said it's like Death Mountain 2.0. But the cave stuff is no big deal. It's just the lava frickin'... I mean, these guys kind of suck. But really, it's just falling in lava, right? That's the problem. We don't want to fall in lava. Falling in lava is bad. almost there. Screw it. I'm actually going to cast Shield and Parry just to be extra safe. Because I was going to say, I think the enemies here get a little bit stronger. So they leveled up just a bit. Now we've got the red version of those alphas instead of the orange. Oh wow, I remember there being more... I thought there was a couple more scripted encounters on the path here, but I guess not. Sweet. Cool. Well, we're almost there. Yeah. Here we go. So that's the other thing, see? That little barrier that just vanished, right? That's a magical barrier that protects this place. It's just like in Zelda 1 when you enter Death Mountain, Spectacle Rock, and there's an old man there that's like, you know, you don't have all the pieces of the Triforce, basically, and he won't let you pass. Same deal. If you come here, if you're unlucky enough to come here before you go to level 6 and beat it, you'll go through all this, and you'll get there, and there's a giant electric field, and you can't get through it. Which, I did that too, the first time when I was a kid. And oh my god. Talk about disappoint, right? Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Quick preparation here before we tackle the final level. Very exciting. Alright, exciting. Here we go. I had a crack open, cold one, with the boys. And by the boys, I mean this lovely lady in the stream, and all of the things I'm about to murder in this palace. Now, we still have 4 lives, and we have most of our life, though very little mana. So, fortunately, getting game over, we start right here. We don't have to worry anymore. This is the final leg, so here we go. Now, I do believe that the path through this dungeon is pretty burned into my head, right? It is very much a maze. And it's a large one. Very large. So, I hope I remember the way to go. Because getting lost in here is not something that you want to happen. So first we go for spicy chicken, which I believe is what the fandom has dubbed these, if I remember correctly. Spicy chicken's awful, right? Because if you notice, it's not just that they bounce around and shoot fireballs. The fireballs run across the ground after you. So if you're trying to close in on this sucker, he bounces away from you, for one, like many ranged enemies in this game do. But then he arcs fireballs over your head that chase you from behind and light your butt on fire. So... oh shoot, I forgot about that hole. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So here's the way I like to handle this kind of scenario. Alright. Oh no, I thought you could... I'm pretty sure you can, actually. Do I need to... yeah, there we go. I mean, I could run back over to the side and break some blocks and climb up and then try to jump over that hole again, but just jump out of it. It makes it easier. Okay, now I think from this point I need to go this way, actually. I hope I'm right. Isn't it nice of him to put spicy chicken on both sides so you're not sure which one's the right one? I mean, this is obviously the right one, but I don't know if it's the correct one. Oh, they shoot fireballs now. That's right. These guys used to, earlier in the game they have, fireballs, I think, but now they shoot, or I mean they shoot like the energy balls. Now they shoot fireballs, so you can only block those with reflect. Thanks for that, Bone Daddy. Yeah, I'm going the right way. Bye-bye, spicy chicken. You can suck it. And now we get to finally see the worst actual normal enemy in the game. You think that blue dark nuts are bad. The guys that we're about to fight are basically a blue dark nut on crack here. Or meth, really, probably. Bath salts. Okay, maybe they're not in this room. I thought they were. Maybe that's coming up a little bit. They come quickly, for sure. And they're not fun. They're like chicken or eagle dark nuts. They jump around everywhere, but they also have shields and throw blades at you. It's really not cool. Yeah, there's one. Okay, so here's a red version, right? So it's not the strongest one. But as you can see, there's still more than a handful. The blue ones are awful. And we're about to run into some. Okay, this is... oh yeah, it is this one. Cool. So, there is a wall secret here, but again, this is like a secret, right? You don't have to come in here. The level 5 wall, you do have to go through in order to finish the dungeon. Ah, that's unfortunate. I was really hoping it was going to be potion, but nope. Another chicken night. Okay, I think I go this way again. More spicy chicken. Ow. Ow. No, go away. Yeah, alright, we're good. Okay, I believe this is when the bad ones start showing up. slime. Bit bop, whatever your frickin' name is. Go. Oh shoot! Wow, they hurt too. He just do a heart and a half to me. Yeah, at least. Right. I had a heart and a half left, and he just took it away immediately. So they hit very hard. They even though I have full power, full sword level up, I think they take 3 or 4 hits still. And yeah, they're extremely annoying. Shoot, they're frickin' fast. I really don't want to fight them if I can avoid it. But unfortunately, it's hard to avoid fighting them because, as you can see, they chase you and they're quick and they jump everywhere, right? They also are much harder to hit with your classic, you know, Dark Nut technique, jump slash. But I mean, it's certainly the better option. I'm not going to try to stand there and sword fight them, especially since they jump and run around everywhere. Maniacs. Where are we? Okay. Oh, these are the big bubbles? Yeah, these are kind of fun. I wonder how much life they have now. Not much. Oh, but the bubbles they turn into have a lot. Look at this. Well, that's interesting. Huh. That's an interesting change that they made there. Because, yeah, the other bubbles now all have, like, you know, 1 or 2 hits. Oh, shoot! Oh, no! Temporarily distracted. Didn't see dude coming up on me. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't like this scenario. We gotta get the heck out of here. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. So much nope. Big nope. Yeah, I think that I just don't want to deal with those guys ever if I get a chance to avoid them. This, yeah, fairy. You have to be really careful here and not just kill yourself, right? It's really, I have made that mistake before in the past and like accidentally just downward thrusted, like, because you know when you hit that fairy you have a little pause, and I guess I was holding down, and then I just came out of it with my sword out and just went right through the floor and killed myself in the lava. Which, when you're trying to get a heal and you're all excited, it really rains on your parade pretty quick. Let's see. I think this time I might need to go this way, actually. Let me check real quick. Is this spicy chicken again? Yep. Okay, spicy chicken and a bit bobbity boo. I think this is not the right way. Oh, shoot. Almost made that. Oh, no. We're just gonna. We're gonna get out of here. We do not want it. We don't want it. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It's like, I don't think this was right. And unfortunately, it's not even a, you know, like a fairy or a life or even a potion. It's just a death trap. They just want you to get smacked around by this Eagle Knight. And I just don't want any part of that, personally. We're pretty far. We're doing actually pretty well. So we're getting close to the end. Okay, so here's another invisible floor. Giant blobs! Interestingly enough, those are actually super powerful as well. Like if you break that blob, all the little blobs that fly out of it, they have a ton of HP. Or at least they used to. Yeah, see? is really interesting. And instead of 2 experience, they give you 10. Wow. So chunky. Games like that, you got nothing to worry about. Oh, wow. Oh, we're here. Okay. So this provides us a little bit of a problem. This is Thunderbird, or Angel of Death, or whatever, already. And I have, like, no mana. See, Thunder costs 32. Pretty chunky. I wonder what's going to happen. Because I don't think they've probably changed this fight. Or at least if they did. Yeah, see, oh, wow, I do have enough. Perfectly enough. I'm probably going to die, though, because I don't have jump and I don't have shield. And he does a decent chunk of damage to you. Yep, well. Now we're going to kick the crap out of him. Alrighty. So we got jump, shield, and thunder on the ready. Oh yeah, you can't upward thrust him, I guess, for some reason. Which, wow, I just got messed up. I don't know why that is. Like, yeah, I just go through him if I try to upward thrust. Which, that's weird. I mean, you'd think that this would be, like, the boss that move was designed for, kinda? But I guess not. Oop, I thought that was gonna kill him. And you gotta love that he gives you a key. Like, oh yeah, thanks. Thanks, asshole. That's really helpful. Alright, here we go, final boss. Now, there's a trick here. If you stand in the corner and you slash repeatedly, it messes him up. I wonder if they've changed it. Looks like no. Right? This is the cheap way to beat him. I don't want to do that. This is all about conquering yourself and your demons and confronting your darkness and growing and becoming stronger. We're gonna fight him the real way. And I might die, because he's a pain. I mean, he is me, after all. And I'm a pain. Let me tell you. He's also tough as nails. Tough as nails and really good at blocking. Come on, Shadow Link. Oh, the epic duel. Oh, he got me. Alright, here we go. Gonna take him down. Ah, first blood goes to him. Yeah, thank God he doesn't have my spells. It's like, he just heals himself repeatedly. It's like, oh, come on, man. See, this is what they intended, though, with the Dark Nuts. What they were teaching you was how to sword fight, right? Like low-high blocking, low-high striking. And this guy does it on a totally different level. Like, and it's kind of cheap, even, the way that he does. Like, man, he's harder. He's harder than he used to be. It's not just that I suck now, it's also he's, like, legitimately harder. And, of course, he does contact damage, like, whereas I don't, right? So, that's great. You gotta love how they do that. But you really have to, like, get right up on him and make sure that, you know, he's blocking high and you hit him low, or vice versa. And it's hard. Like, usually jumping over him, like I'm doing right now, is a much more reasonable way to do it. Like, try to get, like, jump slash him and then try to hit him from the back, like that, kind of. But yeah, he's a pain in the butt. Woohoo! We done did it. And when this Princess Zelda wakes up, she is gonna need some water. She's probably also gonna need to pee for about 30 minutes. We've been sleeping for hundreds of years. And those nice Austin Powers kind of moments. Alright, well there you go. That's the new and improved Zelda II, Link's Adventure. It is definitely a lot cleaner in a lot of ways, right? And it is much better balanced, and it makes more sense. So good for them. Only makes me love the game more. But woo, man, can it be rough sometimes? Now we're gonna have to hit Simon's Quest Redacted, because I went ahead and picked that up. So we'll have the same thing going on, but with Castlevania 2, where it's been upgraded and cleaned up, and the translations have been fixed and make more sense. And I think the text boxes and stuff are quicker. They made it so it's not such a pain. You know, every time it would turn to night and day. Do the do. Every time they what was I gonna say? Oh, every time it goes from day to night and night to day, right? You have that whole, the game pauses. Very slow text. What a horrible night to have a curse. Very slow text. The day vanquishes the horrible night, or something like that, whatever it says. And it's like really slow, and you can't skip it and whatnot. And I think that now they've made it so that it's much faster, or you can skip it, or maybe both even, I'm not sure. So that's going to be a big boon in that game, because the day and night cycle happens all the time, right? It looks like they might have also added a level counter to it, which would be really cool, because like I was talking about, when I was a kid playing that game initially, I didn't even know that you were getting level ups. I would just randomly, like, flash and get healed, and I didn't know what was happening. That was one of those game mechanics that they never really explained. Alright, well, anyways, there we go. There's Link's Adventure. Thank you all for showing up and for watching and commenting. I definitely appreciate it. I hope it was enjoyable. And, yeah, moving on. We will get to the next game now. Love and peace.